I just noticed behind me John Deere tractors. I know a lot about John Deere. I love the company. But as you know, they've announced a few days ago that they're going to move a lot of their manufacturing business to Mexico. I'm just notifying John Deere right now. If you do that, we're putting a 200% tariff on everything that you want to sell into the United States.
The world of agriculture is shifting. It's not just about planting and harvesting anymore. It's about how the economy, politics, and global markets shape the future of farming. And one name that keeps popping up in discussions about this revolution is John Deere. But as challenges mount, from unpredictable trade policies to inflation pressures, the question arises, does John Deere have a solid plan to win? Let's dive into the first major factor at play here: Trump's trade policies and their impact on the agricultural giants like John Deere. Under Donald Trump's administration, trade policy was a roller coaster. From tariffs to renegotiated agreements, his approach to international trade was one of the most unpredictable in recent history. For companies like John Deere, which relies heavily on global markets for both supplies and customers, this brought a mixture of both opportunities and challenges. One of the first big moves under Trump's trade agenda was the implementation of tariffs, especially with China. As the U.S. slapped tariffs on imported goods, the agricultural sector, including John Deere, felt the squeeze. The tariffs on steel, which is critical to the manufacturing of agricultural machinery, made it more expensive for John Deere to source materials. This, of course, has a direct effect on production costs. At the same time, these policies led to retaliatory tariffs from China and other countries, disrupting exports. John Deere, known for its global reach, found itself caught between two economies with increasingly strained relations. While some parts of the business were affected, Deere's international sales took a hit as trade partners looked elsewhere for their farming equipment.
President Trump is encouraging Harley-Davidson owners to boycott the company if it moves manufacturing overseas to avoid tariffs. The president tweeted yesterday that the U.S. will soon have a level playing field or better. Until then, American manufacturers are finding ways to keep going.
But then again, Trump's policies weren't always predictable. There were moments where he'd throw a curveball and suddenly the landscape would change. Take, for example, the trade deal with Mexico and Canada. This renegotiated agreement was seen as a win for certain industries, including agriculture, and John Deere was no stranger to benefiting from these deals. In fact, Deere's management had to remain nimble, adapting quickly to shifts in policy that seemed to come out of nowhere. One minute, John Deere could be dealing with higher costs and stagnant sales due to tariffs, and the next there could be a breakthrough trade deal that opens up new markets. The unpredictability of Trump's approach meant that John Deere was constantly on his toes, trying to figure out where the next opportunity or threat was coming from. For a company that thrives on long-term strategic planning, the unpredictability presented a serious challenge. It wasn't just about selling tractors or harvesters anymore. It was about positioning for an unknown future. And that's where the real test lies for John Deere. How do you prepare for the unexpected? Moving into a broader perspective, another thing John Deere couldn't ignore was the economic ripple effects of Trump's policies, particularly when it came to inflation and global currency fluctuations. When tariffs increase and trade wars erupt, the price of raw materials and goods begins to rise. For a company like John Deere, whose machinery is largely reliant on steel and other metals, inflation means higher production costs. But it's not just inflation at home. Global currency fluctuations are another piece of the puzzle. As the US dollar fluctuates, Deere's global revenue can take a hit or even experience a boost. In countries where the dollar strengthens, John Deere equipment becomes more expensive for international buyers, potentially shrinking their customer base. On the flip side, if the dollar weakens, Deere's equipment becomes more affordable abroad, potentially driving up demand in certain regions.
Donald Trump promised to hit John Deere with a 200% tariff on any products not made in the U.S. A tariff is effectively a tax on imported goods and can lead to higher prices.
This global balancing act has been a major factor in Deere's strategy. While it may seem like inflation and currency changes are beyond their control, Deere's leadership has to continually adjust their pricing strategies, supply chains, and markets to keep up. These economic pressures are constant and can cause sharp shifts in the company's profitability.
Well, we hear it every election cycle. Voters consistently list the economy as one of the top issues driving them to the polls. President-elect Donald Trump has already laid out some of his economic proposals, and that includes extending the 2017 tax cuts. He's also proposed lowering the corporate tax rate to as low as 15% and eliminating taxes on tips and overtime pay. Trump's suggested that those costs could be offset with tariffs on foreign imports.
As John Deere navigates these unpredictable waves, the question is, how does the company stay ahead? How do they plan to win in a world where the political landscape is constantly shifting and economic forces are at play from all angles? These first three factors, the unpredictable trade policies, Trump's approach to global relations, and the pressures of inflation and currency shifts, are just the beginning. John Deere's real test lies in how it adapts to these shifts while also keeping an eye on long-term sustainability and growth. Now that we've tackled the global trade environment and its impact on John Deere, let's zoom in on some other major factors influencing the company's future.
According to a recent University of Missouri survey, more than half of agricultural economists believe the farm economy is already in a recession. The Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis reports that labor shortages have significantly worsened the situation for many in agriculture over the last 5 years.
Political tensions, the role of the Federal Reserve, and some internal challenges are all critical pieces of the puzzle. So what's next for John Deere in the face of these hurdles? Political tensions, both domestically and internationally, have a significant effect on big corporations, especially ones as globally connected as John Deere. The climate of political uncertainty can create an environment where decisions are made less on market realities and more on the whims of political leaders. With trade wars, sanctions, and shifting international alliances, Deere must navigate a landscape that's as unpredictable as it is challenging. Domestically, one of the most influential players here is the Federal Reserve. When the Fed raises interest rates, borrowing costs go up. For John Deere, this means higher expenses for financing the machinery it manufactures, as well as for customers who may need loans to buy expensive equipment. It also influences the demand for agricultural products and, subsequently, the demand for the machinery that Deere produces. If interest rates rise too high, farmers might delay equipment purchases, which directly impacts John Deere's bottom line. The Federal Reserve's decisions also have broader implications for inflation, consumer spending, and economic growth. If the economy slows down, fewer people are willing to make large investments like buying a new tractor or harvester. John Deere's leadership has to stay on top of these economic shifts and be ready to pivot whenever the Fed makes a move that could affect their business. But it's not just about reacting to the Fed. John Deere must also monitor political shifts in the U.S. that can influence agricultural policy, farm subsidies, and trade agreements. A change in leadership or a new administration could bring about sweeping changes, and Deere must remain flexible enough to adjust to whatever comes next. This is all part of navigating the stormy waters of political tensions in a global economy. Every corporation faces its share of scandals, and John Deere is no exception. The company's recent controversies have created a bit of a stir, impacting its public image and relationship with both consumers and regulators. One of the more notable scandals in recent years has involved the company's treatment of independent mechanics and repair shops. John Deere, like many other major manufacturers, has been criticized for restricting access to repair manuals and diagnostic tools. This has caused a backlash, especially among small farmers who want to maintain and repair their equipment without having to go through the company's official service channels. These issues escalated when the company faced legal pressure, with lawmakers in several states questioning the company's practices and even introducing legislation to force companies like John Deere to make repairs more accessible to the public. The scandal exposed the darker side of Deere's business model, with many arguing that John Deere was prioritizing profits over customer service in the independent repair sector. While John Deere's reputation took a hit, the company has tried to navigate this scandal by working to address some of the criticisms. They've committed to greater transparency, expanding access to parts and manuals, and ensuring that farmers have more control over their machinery. However, this doesn't erase the damage that's been done. The scandal has raised questions about the company's relationship with its customers and its ability to maintain trust in the long term. In a world where transparency and customer relationships are key, Deere's handling of this scandal will play a crucial role in its future success. In response to both external pressures and internal scandals, John Deere has been shifting its policies in a bid to stay ahead of the competition. The company has increasingly focused on technological innovation as part of its strategy for long-term success. With the rise of automation, AI, and smart farming techniques, John Deere has placed a significant emphasis on integrating these technologies into its equipment. This shift in policy aims to position the company as a leader in the next generation of farming. For example, Deere has invested heavily in autonomous machinery, including self-driving tractors and harvesters. These innovations are designed to help farmers improve efficiency and reduce costs, which could make John Deere's machinery more attractive to the next generation of farmers. The company is also exploring ways to improve data integration on farms, enabling farmers to gather valuable insights on crop health, soil quality, and weather patterns through Deere's equipment. But this shift toward tech innovation is also a response to some of the challenges Deere faces in the modern agricultural market. With margins getting tighter, Deere needs to differentiate itself from competitors and offer farmers more value. By leveraging technology, Deere hopes to not only maintain its market share, but also open new revenue streams through data-driven services.
I'm not a fan of tariffs. They've raised the prices for American consumers.
Making parts more expensive for John Deere is not going to help John Deere either, and it probably would not help jobs in the United States. So I think some of this isn't perfectly well thought out.
However, it's not just about technology. John Deere is also adjusting its approach to sustainability and environmental responsibility. As concerns over climate change grow, Deere has started to embrace more eco-friendly initiatives, such as creating more fuel-efficient engines and investing in sustainable manufacturing practices. These shifting policies are aimed at securing Deere's position as an environmentally conscious brand that meets the evolving demands of both consumers and regulators. Still, the success of these shifting policies is yet to be seen. The world of farming is changing, but the question remains: will John Deere's strategy be enough to keep it on top, or will it face more obstacles along the way? As John Deere adapts to political pressures, internal controversies, and shifting global policies, it's clear that the company is trying to innovate and adjust. But will these efforts be enough to ensure long-term success in an increasingly unpredictable world? As we continue to look at John Deere's current position and future outlook, it's important to understand the company's past. Its history, legacy, and moments of innovation have shaped who they are today. Let's take a brief look at how John Deere has evolved over time and how these roots have played a role in their current strategies. John Deere's story begins all the way back in 1837, when the company's founder, John Deere, created the first steel plow. Before this, farmers were using heavy wooden plows that couldn't cut through the tough, sticky soil of the Midwest, often referred to as prairie soil. This type of soil would clog up wooden plows, making farming an arduous and time-consuming task. Deere's plow, made from a broken saw blade, was polished and designed to slice through the soil without clogging, dramatically reducing the effort required to prepare the land for planting. It revolutionized farming by allowing farmers to cultivate larger plots of land more efficiently, helping to transform the Midwest into America's breadbasket. This innovation not only changed the agricultural landscape, but also laid the foundation for a company that would become synonymous with farming.
Are you ready, Will? All set. Here's you going.
The success of the steel plow marked the beginning of a legacy that would see John Deere evolve into one of the world's leading manufacturers of agricultural machinery. As word spread about the effectiveness of Deere's plow, demand skyrocketed, prompting the company to scale up production. By 1848, Deere relocated his operations to Moline, Illinois, taking advantage of its location along the Mississippi River for easier transportation of raw materials and finished products. The move paid off, and the company grew rapidly. By the late 19th century, John Deere had expanded its product line to include other farming tools and machinery, such as cultivators and seed drills. This diversification allowed the company to cater to a broader range of agricultural needs, solidifying its reputation as a reliable partner for farmers. As agriculture evolved, so did John Deere. The early 20th century saw the company embracing new technologies, including the introduction of gasoline-powered tractors. In 1918, John Deere acquired the Waterloo Gasoline Engine Company, marking its official entry into the tractor business. This acquisition proved to be a game-changer. Tractors quickly became a cornerstone of the company's offerings, and John Deere became a leader in the mechanization of farming. The company didn't stop there. It continued to innovate, rolling out products like combine harvesters that combine the processes of reaping, threshing, and winnowing into a single operation, significantly boosting productivity. What's particularly remarkable about Deere's history is its unwavering commitment to meeting the evolving needs of farmers. In the mid-20th century, as farms grew larger and more specialized, John Deere responded with a range of more powerful and efficient machinery. The company also ventured into new markets, introducing industrial equipment and even dabbling in consumer products like lawnmowers and snowmobiles. Throughout its journey, John Deere has consistently prioritized quality, durability, and innovation, which has helped it weather economic downturns, technological shifts, and changes in the global agricultural landscape. The company's adaptability and focus on innovation are perhaps best illustrated in recent years as it has embraced the digital revolution. John Deere has been at the forefront of integrating advanced technology into its machinery, offering features like GPS-guided systems, autonomous tractors, and precision agriculture tools. These advancements allow farmers to monitor their fields, optimize planting and harvesting, and even predict equipment maintenance needs, all from the comfort of their homes. This shift towards smart farming has not only helped farmers increase efficiency, but also contributed to sustainable agriculture by reducing waste and conserving resources. Despite the challenges it has faced over its long history, including economic recessions, fluctuating commodity prices, and the ever-changing demands of the agricultural sector, John Deere has remained a dominant force in the industry. The company's resilience can be attributed to its strong values, commitment to customer satisfaction, and relentless pursuit of innovation. Today, John Deere is a global leader, with its iconic green and yellow machinery recognized on farms around the world. John Deere's remarkable transformation from a small blacksmith shop in Grand Detour, Illinois, to a global powerhouse epitomizes innovation and leadership. Founded over 180 years ago, the company's pioneering spirit has shaped the agricultural industry, leaving an indelible mark on farming practices worldwide. Deere's steadfast mission to empower farmers has fueled its growth, providing tools that enable them to meet the evolving challenges of feeding a growing global population. This legacy underscores the company's critical role in sustaining food security and advancing agricultural technology. The innovation that began with John Deere's first plow has remained at the heart of its journey. As the company expanded, it evolved to meet the changing demands of agriculture by introducing a diverse range of equipment. Tractors, harvester combines, and cutting-edge machinery became part of Deere's portfolio, revolutionizing farming efficiency. This commitment to progress ensured that the company stayed ahead of the curve, offering practical solutions tailored to the needs of modern farmers while maintaining its dedication to quality and reliability. John Deere's ingenuity extends beyond agriculture, with its expansion into construction and forestry equipment marking a significant milestone. This diversification highlights Deere's ability to anticipate global market trends and address broader industry challenges. By developing specialized machinery for diverse sectors, the company not only secured its status as a multi-industry leader, but also reinforced its commitment to innovation. Today, John Deere continues to adapt and innovate, cementing its position as a trusted partner for industries worldwide. One of the biggest moments of expansion came in the 20th century when Deere began acquiring smaller companies to broaden its reach. For example, in the 1960s, John Deere purchased the Bender Manufacturing Company, expanding its tractor line. Later on, Deere acquired other major companies, including the Worldwide Tractor Corporation and the Timberjack Company, allowing them to establish a foothold in the construction and forestry equipment markets. John Deere's emphasis on research and development has also played a crucial role in its growth. The company has been at the cutting edge of technology, introducing smart farming solutions, including precision farming equipment, GPS-guided machinery, and autonomous tractors. These technological innovations have not only helped Deere stay competitive in a rapidly changing market, but also position the company as a leader in sustainable agriculture. Deere is now focusing on further innovations like artificial intelligence, electric machinery, and even the integration of data analytics to help farmers improve yields and reduce costs. In addition to expanding its product offerings, John Deere has also increased its global presence, operating in over 30 countries and serving customers in more than 100 countries. Deere's international expansion has allowed it to tap into emerging markets in Africa, Asia, and Latin America, where agriculture is a critical part of the economy. John Deere's contributions during World War II also played a pivotal role in shaping the company's legacy. Like many companies in the U.S., John Deere shifted its production to support the war effort. During the war, Deere stopped producing agricultural machinery and focused instead on manufacturing military equipment, including tanks, trailers, and aircraft parts. This shift not only helped the company survive during a difficult time, but also allowed it to maintain a workforce during the economic challenges of the war. By contributing to the nation's defense, Deere showcased its adaptability and resilience, solidifying its reputation as a company deeply rooted in innovation and service. Deere's facilities were converted into production lines for military equipment, and the company quickly adapted to meet the needs of the U.S. military. Deere's workforce, which had been largely made up of farmers and rural workers, was now responsible for creating parts crucial to the war effort. This change in production was a testament to the flexibility and resilience of John Deere as a company, as they contributed to the larger national goal of defeating the Axis powers. After the war ended, John Deere quickly transitioned back to producing agricultural machinery, but the lessons learned from their wartime production were crucial in shaping the company's operations moving forward. The war also helped solidify John Deere's reputation for producing durable, reliable equipment that could be relied upon during difficult times. The company's ability to shift production lines to meet the needs of a nation in crisis showcased their innovation and commitment to supporting their country, adding another chapter to their history of resilience and adaptability. From its early days with the plow to its contributions during the war and modern-day innovations, John Deere's history is rich with moments that have shaped the company's culture and direction. But as we've seen, their journey has also been marked by expansion and growth, especially in the areas of technology and global reach. So where does this leave John Deere today? With John Deere's impressive history in strategic expansions over the years, the company's future has been just as focused on growth, particularly with their push towards global expansion and modernization. Let's dive into how John Deere is positioning itself for the future by scaling its operations around the globe and embracing cutting-edge technologies. John Deere's focus on global expansion has been key to its survival and growth over the decades. As agriculture became more globalized, Deere knew it had to go beyond its roots in North America and Europe to maintain its position as a global leader in farm machinery. Today, John Deere operates in over 30 countries, with manufacturing plants in various regions, including South America, Asia, and Europe. This international reach allows the company to serve farmers and businesses in over 100 countries, making it a truly global enterprise. A key element of Deere's global expansion strategy is the ability to cater to the unique needs of different markets. For example, in emerging markets like China and India, where small-scale farmers dominate the landscape, Deere has adapted its machinery to suit those specific agricultural conditions. In these regions, Deere has worked to develop more affordable, compact tractors and farming equipment designed to improve efficiency in small and medium-sized farms. In addition to expanding its product lines for global markets, John Deere has made significant investments in modernizing its operations and infrastructure. Over the last decade, the company has focused on increasing automation and implementing smart technologies into their machinery. John Deere's use of precision farming tools, GPS-guided tractors, and self-driving combines has revolutionized how farmers can manage their crops, leading to greater yields and lower operating costs. This modernization extends beyond just farming equipment. John Deere has also embraced digitization in its operations, using data analytics to drive decision-making and streamline production processes. One of Deere's most notable modern initiatives is its investment in sustainable farming technologies. The company has embraced environmentally friendly practices, developing equipment that helps reduce emissions and conserve resources. For example, Deere's newer tractors and combines are designed to optimize fuel efficiency and reduce the environmental impact of farming. These efforts are not only aligned with global sustainability goals, but also reflect a growing demand from consumers and businesses for more eco-conscious products. The move towards modernization also includes John Deere's ongoing development of autonomous farming equipment. As part of this initiative, Deere has introduced autonomous tractors, which allow farmers to operate machinery remotely, reducing the need for human labor on the field. These advancements in autonomous vehicles and AI-powered systems are a clear indication that John Deere is looking to the future, aiming to revolutionize farming practices in ways that were once considered science fiction. Deere's modernization efforts go hand in hand with their global expansion strategy. By tapping into emerging markets with advanced yet accessible technology, Deere is positioning itself as the go-to provider for farmers worldwide. Whether it's large-scale industrial farms in North America or smaller, family-run farms in Asia, John Deere has adapted to meet the unique needs of its customers across the globe. Now that we've seen how John Deere has strategically expanded and modernized, it's clear that the company is thinking ahead. But this drive for growth and innovation doesn't come without challenges. As we move forward, we'll see how John Deere's future is shaped by not only its expansion and technological advancements, but also the changing global economy and political landscape. So there you have it. John Deere's journey from a small blacksmith shop to a global powerhouse in agricultural machinery. With its rich history, innovation-driven growth, and strategic global expansion, the company has solidified its position as a leader in the farming industry. Whether through embracing new technologies like autonomous tractors and precision farming, or adapting to the unique needs of markets around the world, Deere's commitment to modernization has been unwavering. However, with political tensions, trade policies, and global economic shifts constantly at play, Deere's ability to navigate these challenges will be crucial in shaping its future success. As John Deere continues to innovate and grow, the big question remains, will the company's strategies be enough to keep it ahead of the competition? The world of agriculture is changing fast, but if history has taught us anything, it's that John Deere knows how to adapt and thrive. What do you think? Do you see John Deere maintaining its dominance, or will new competitors challenge their hold on the market? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into the world's biggest companies and their strategies for success. Thanks for watching.